You're cruising thousands of feet up, the seatbelt sign is off, and then, without a warning bell, the floor falls out from under you. In a matter of seconds, the aircraft plummets 300 feet. By the time it levels out, 14 passengers are left nursing sudden, violent injuries. This is exactly what happened to the passengers and crew aboard Air India Flight AI2379. What began as a routine international commute ended in a nightmarish struggle, sparking a legal battle and raising questions about the limits of current aviation safety protocols. Looking at this radar map tracking the route from Phuket, Thailand, northwest across the ocean toward New Delhi, India, the flight plan appears perfectly standard. It was an early morning departure. Most of the cabin was resting, while the flight attendants moved through the aisles executing their routine services. Commercial flights rely on sophisticated weather mapping and onboard radar systems designed to see bad weather miles before the plane reaches it. For the average passenger, this technology creates an expectation of safety and predictability. But the atmosphere is complex, and it still harbors anomalies that even advanced sensors struggle to detect. Modern engineering, while advanced, remains vulnerable to these invisible thresholds of nature. Somewhere along that route to New Delhi, the aircraft intersected with one of those atmospheric disruptions. This diagram illustrates clear air turbulence. When colliding bodies of air meet, they generate violent, swirling vertical currents, disrupting smooth horizontal flow. Because there is no moisture inside these columns, the weather radar sweeps right through them without bouncing a signal back. The radar screen in the cockpit stays clear, and the aircraft flies into this atmospheric vacuum without warning. The pilots have no reaction time. There is no opportunity to illuminate the seatbelt sign before the physical drop initiates. When a 300-foot freefall begins, the sudden loss of altitude creates a localized zero-gravity effect, launching unsecured objects straight up. For passengers not wearing seatbelts, the effect is the same. Bodies are thrown into the overhead bins and the cabin ceiling. Flight data confirms that during this specific plunge, 14 passengers sustained injuries. The force of impacting the cabin interior meant that 70 to 80% of those injured suffered minor concussions. Inside the cockpit, the flight crew fought against violent shaking to arrest the descent and regain control of the aircraft. Once the plane leveled out, the cabin crew shifted immediately into triage, assessing those injured by the impact. The physics of the altitude loss turned the hard surfaces of the cabin into immediate hazards for anyone not secured in their seat. Following the drop, the crew executed a safe landing in New Delhi. Medical response teams were already waiting on the tarmac to treat the 14 injured passengers. But as the flight ended, the initial shock shifted toward a demand for accountability. Citing their injuries, passengers declared they would use, quote, full legal power to pursue 100% action against the airline for the incident. Surviving the physical drop was only the beginning of a legal and investigative battle over liability. Investigators are now looking at whether this was an unavoidable act of nature or a failure in weather routing protocol. To find out, authorities are scrutinizing black box telemetry and meteorological charts from the Phuket to Delhi corridor. This terrifying incident serves as a stark reminder that the simplest defense against unpredictable air currents remains the seatbelt. The investigation into Flight AI2379 highlights the ongoing challenge of managing risks that radar